Call this select board meeting to order.
I wanted to say
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, we don't have any additions to the agenda. Okay, public participation. Is everybody here just to visit, or does somebody have anything to say?
I do.
Okay. Please come up. You can just
You
sit
can sit
there.
right
Sit and be
there.
comfortable.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We like comfortable people.
I'm Nancy Durborough. I wrote this so I don't get off subject.
Okay.
For the Vernon Selectboard, I have a concern, and this is a safety issue, and a solution that could be helpful to the board, Select Board, and the town. A bit of history first. The seniors years ago put together a guideline, April 2008, for the senior bus, when the bus was for the seniors. Later, the bus was named the town bus. The Seniors and Transportation Committee updated the guidelines and presented them to the Select Board to agree, change, or come up with their safety issues regarding the conduct on the bus. The Transportation Committee was told the guideline would be given to the attorney. This was the updated issue in July 2012. We have made comments to liaisons and board members over the years and have been waiting for the subject to be closed with your recommendations. Naturally, over these years, there have been different select boards and different liaisons to the seniors. Now, there have been a few issues, and they have been presented to our liaison and the board. We have now been asked to resubmit the guidelines as they cannot be found. I believe this is the third request for them. Quite a while ago, the board was going to go through all old minutes and find areas that were never attended to. I believe you, Chris, were in charge of this. I am on several board of directors in and out of this state. I found the secretary going through all minutes and making an action item list at the end of minutes, most helpful, which leaves no room for error in missing anything that needs to be attended to in the future. Those that are to do the action or report back to the board are listed. When the action is completed, the action list item is dated and dropped from the next list. This way you have a record of your accomplishments when new select board members are voted in and they want to do some research on past history on their own. I do feel this would be a very helpful solution to your actions that need to be attended to. Also, anything leaving the town to go to attorneys, etc., need to be copied and put in a pending file, dated with the date sent out, thereby alleviating any need to ask for more copies. I think this suggestion, or as I say, a solution, especially in these very busy times, would be most helpful to you as a board. Respectfully submitted, Nancy Durborough. I'll give you all a copy.
Well, we do have the ordinances back from the attorney. You got them yesterday? No, not yesterday, because yesterday was Friday.
I think, maybe.
I didn't get them back yesterday.
See,
You want one to hand?
emailed them.
He just said,
Yeah.
okay.
Pass those
No, he's
around.
acknowledged receiving them.
Yeah, he said he had them and he would be working on them next week.
Well, I can tell you that I know that in 2009 they went missing.
You're right, there was a
Yes.
select board member that worked on them and lost them all. No longer a select board member, but that means that everything needs to be started over again, and it's a really good point, Nancy.
Yeah.
If we did that, then, you know, the next select board coming on wouldn't deal with all the things that we've had to deal with trying to find all of them, and so that's a good way of handling it, so
I
thank
did
you.
put a parking lot item on the last minutes, but I didn't take it as far as she suggested, and I think those are great ideas. So I will put people that are responsible for those next to those, and I will put, you know, when they were completed and the date next to them, so.
And she's correct. It was me. I wanted it done, but we had talked about that quite a bit, about going through the minutes.
Yeah.
And putting down what had happened. It, not just seniors, but for any department,
Yes.
every department, so that if the next board would come, because I always wanted to do that, and
It's a ton of work to try to
It
replace
is.
what everybody else has done and lost,
Yeah.
so.
But if you can get them in a PDF, you can always do a word search on it, which
Yeah.
is easier than the Excel.
But it's very nice to hear somebody make a positive comment that we can
And a
implement.
positive
Thank you.
suggestions, so
Yes.
thank
yes,
you.
absolutely.
Yes.
Does anybody else have any public participation?
I don't really, but I can tell you something.
If you would like.
Just tell us where to go.
I can do that too. Do you want it in a nice terms or bad terms?
Just do it
Cookie,
nicely.
you always say everything nicely.
Yeah.
You don't know me.
Yeah.
We had our apple sale.
Oh, you're stealing my
Thunder.
chairman's remarks. So can I do those first, and then if you'd like to say something?
Sure.
Okay, my chairman's remarks tonight. I just want to give an absolutely huge kudos to the seniors and to the rec department. The seniors held their apple sale this weekend, and I apologize because I wasn't home this weekend, but raised over $800. The rec department had their glow-in-the-dark race, and people who saw the race said it was absolutely wonderful. But I think the most important part of all of this is we have two departments, committees, who have taken the situation that Vernon's in very, very seriously, and instead of whining about what they don't have taken it upon themselves to go out and make it better for their groups. And I am just so proud and so pleased with both of those organizations. And I want it to be known that because I wasn't here this weekend, every time you guys plan something, I'm away, because I wasn't here this weekend for either the rec department or the seniors, I will be making a donation. And I encourage everyone who watches this to do the same. I think that they should certainly be, what the work has been is so appreciated, and they should be rewarded for it. So thank you very much for stepping up to the plate and doing the right thing. Now you can have your chance for your remarks.
However, if you did show up, the soup was great, the buns were great, the cookies were great, the slaw was good, everything was.
What an awesome idea, too.
Right?
What a fantastic idea. It was great.
There was 6 people, I think, that pretty much held down the fort all day long, and we thought we might have some left over to take up to the shelter in Brattleboro. But as time went on, and towards the end of the day, we started offering half price. We didn't have very many things left, because we had 8 tables, and we were down to 2 tables, I think, at that point. And so we started offering that, and we had so many people go by, and one lady's hanging out of her car yelling, "I just love it, I just love it," to see so many energetic people. She's from Massachusetts. She probably was 30 years old, I don't know. But we must have looked ancient to her. We were out there giving it our all.
Well, it was wonderful, and I'm just so
Yes.
proud.
We had a good time.
So proud of what you guys have done. It has just been heartwarming to watch how your group has taken it upon themselves to make a difference, and thank you.
We
Yes.
have a brochure that will be done. It's a trifold, and it's concerning a membership drive for the seniors. And that's going to be coming out in the future. And Betty again, and Judy Marston, and a few others are working on it, and that should be interesting.
To get more members, senior members, even though there are many that do not want to consider themselves seniors, The younger seniors have a good time, and the older seniors do enjoy the younger seniors.
Well, I keep trying to pretend I'm not a senior, but it's just creeping up on me, and there's nothing I can do about it.
What's
One lady on the bus, her son told me that she thought maybe she shouldn't come to seniors because there's nobody her age anymore. She's 92. And very energetic, and I says, but there's 2 others that are her age. And, but the other group of seniors are 60s, late 60s, 70s, 80s now. They're not 80s and 90s anymore. So it's interesting to see the change over, but as Nancy says, some people don't want to admit that they're seniors.
And they're 55 and older for us.
Keep reminding us, Nancy. Go ahead. I have to tell you, I went into Dunkin' Donuts a couple months ago. I was at a basketball tournament with my granddaughter. And, you know, we all try to pretend that we're not at that age. And, of course, Molly loves to rib me anytime she can. So I'm up at the counter, and the guy said, "Do you want the senior citizen coffee?" I have not lived it down yet. Every time we go someplace, she'll go, "Why don't you ask for the senior citizen coffee?" So that really blew my day.
A friend of mine, I was in Greenfield, and I was ordering my coffee at Dunkin' Donuts, and he steps up beside me and says, "And she'll take the senior discount."
So, friend.
Okay, let's go on from there. Again, thank you.
Yes,
Sincerely, thank you. Okay, approval of minutes. What kind of paper is this? It's like thick.
it's shiny, sleazy too. It's like slippery.
Sleazy?
Slippery, I meant to say.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
I make a motion that we accept the minutes as presented.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to accept the minutes of September 8th as presented. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I think,
Under public participation, when the Millers were in here, Chris, you spoke to me about between Goldie's and Miller residents.
Yes, I did.
They were talking up at Linda's.
No. I know that. You're absolutely right.
Okay.
But what I was talking about was that she did mention to me about, Shirley did, about the gully in front of Linda's. And what she was saying, that nobody investigated or did anything, and I said, yes, I did, because I went to the post office and talked to the mail person and everything. That's what I meant by that. You and I hadn't talked, no.
Oh, okay.
Yep, you're right.
Okay, JJ and Todd, please come up. But the minutes are right. That was the conversation we had. I know I just want to make people know the minutes are right. Good evening, gentlemen.
Evening.
I would.
Did we vote?
To accept the minutes?
I think so, yes. Right at the same time that he
Right,
Oh, okay.
right.
asked for.
Aye. I'm sorry.
You always make it interesting, Chris. Okay, welcome. And again, thank you for all you do for the town. That Facebook page is awesome. It's just so neat to see what's going on, and I know it takes a lot of work, but it's great for people to see, so thank you. Go ahead.
I talked to Sally today.
Mm-hmm.
The rescue truck is at the Ford garage. What Sally says, I needed an invoice to bring to her, and then to us to come to you guys about having her write out a check for approval, so that we could go and actually obtain the truck. So
moved.
So seconded.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the purchase of $41,371 for the, what is it?
Ford F-350.
Ford F-350
Oh, I
rescue
see it.
truck.
Okay, Ford F-350. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
You're
So-
not asking for another one, are you?
Another truck?
I'm kidding.
If you want, no. As you guys had requested when we first came about and had the bids You also had asked us to come back each time when we needed to do something with the truck. There's a couple of steps that we need to start working on. One is the lettering. We did get verbal bids for lettering. It was Denny Tier out of Dummerston, and then the over in Hinsdale, McCarthy. Denny Tier was the cheapest at about $1,700. He'll come down. They'll do it all right there at the station. So that's who we recommend. He's actually the one who actually does pretty much all surrounding departments around here as well. And then with that, also on the back end will be if you see all the new apparatus coming out, they have this reflective sheathing on the back. It's either orange, the rest of it's got the orange stripes. That'll be on the back of that truck as well. He'll be doing that. And then the second thing is, they can't get a price down, but the radio company that we have that does our radio installs and stuff, because we have to uninstall all the radios out of the rescue truck we have now and then install them back in the rescue truck, they can't really give us a figure per se on how much it's going to cost, not knowing what they're going to run into uninstalling them from the other truck and putting them into the other one, which is our communications out of Swansea. I'm just looking to see if there's a chance we can approve to get that taken care of as well.
You don't have a price?
I don't.
Do they have a ballpark figure?
Their ballpark figure is, he didn't really want to because he's about $3,500.
It's hard for us to approve an appropriation without at least knowing what it is. Now, we can make the motion to approve not to spend over a certain amount. We can do that.
Okay.
But we have to have something to go on. We can't just carte blanche say, go ahead, do it, and then it could be $20,000. So,
Right.
you know, in all fairness to the town, we have to have
Right.
some kind of an idea as to what it's going to cost.
Roughly, I would top off about $3,500. It would be my suggestion to you guys.
We can definitely call, come back.
Yeah, if it works out to be more than that, just come back.
Yeah,
And that was $3,500 for the radios?
yep, for uninstall and install.
Now, what about the police department radios? You don't, because I know that they were trying to get rid of radios and stuff, right?
We haven't sat down with Sandy yet.
With who?
You sit down with her.
Oh, okay,
Yep. I have the list, but yeah.
okay. We'll get with you.
But those are different radios, right?
Yes.
Those- Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, well, they're gonna uninstall from one vehicle and put them in
In the
another
other, yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
So it's not, you're not buying radios,
No.
it's just the
No,
installation.
yeah,
Yes.
installation.
Yeah.
Well, I move that we authorize the fire department to spend up to $3,500 for uninstall and reinstall of radios from the old rescue truck to the new one.
Second.
And $1,700 for the detailing of the new vehicle?
Friendly
Yes.
amendment.
Oh, yeah, yes, and $1,700 for the detailing and the reflective
I really
stripes on
wasn't
the new
making an amendment, I
vehicle.
was just helping her finish her sentence.
I was,
One second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve $1,700 for the detailing of the new fire vehicle and $3,500 for radio system to be uninstalled in one vehicle and installed in the other. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
aye.
And I think the motion really should be not to spend more than, but you'll have to come back to us if you need more.
And we will, because we have a rep from Wayland coming down in the next week to actually go through with us with the truck and figure out what we actually are going to need to have for the lighting package for it. We're crossing our fingers. We do have a bar light in possession. We're hoping that it's going to work for the truck, so there'll be one less thing that we're going to have to purchase. But we're not going to know until he gets here to see if it's going to work or not. So,
Police department has one or two of them,
Different
right?
colors.
Different colors, that's right.
Then those were the ones that the lenses couldn't be changed because they're different
Right.
lights.
They couldn't use them anyway, because one's red and one's blue.
Cool for a few seconds.
That would confuse people. See a fire truck going down the road with blue lights on. So do you have anything else?
I think the only other thing is
While we're in a good mood, you might as well just try to get it off.
no, I think the question's going to be is how do we write up to put the rescue truck out to bid so that people can put in for the bid?
I I think you should write up an instruction and we'll put it on the VLCT website because that's where it's really gonna get the most notice. That's what we're gonna do with some of the cruisers is put them on the VLCT website.
I mean, just like as if you know, you're gonna put down there what it is, you know, how many miles, I mean, you know how to do that.
Mhm.
Pretty
Write a
much all you
description
need
of
to
the
do.
vehicle.
Description of the vehicle, right.
I wasn't sure if there was certain type of wording that needs to be with it, you know, that's why I was curious.
No, if you just write it up, we can
Okay.
have Katrina put it on the
You've got some
VLCT.
other municipal vehicles on that website that somebody could look at and copy what the,
Yeah. You just go to the VLCT website and pull it up.
Okay.
Just a quick update, we have, starting in October, we have 2 going for their EMTBs, and we have several going for their EMRs.
Good.
Wow.
EMRs are your first responders. They have a certain level of training, whereas the EMTs they can do certain medications.
And how many did you say for EMR?
I want to say there's 6,
At least 6.
Really? Wow.
and then 2 going for the EMTs.
Well, congratulations for all of them.
And we're waiting on the
Absolutely.
2 that just finished their advanced class to go out and test.
Wow.
So,
And they
Great.
finished the class.
yes, yep,
Yep,
they did finish the
great.
class.
Very good. Very good.
Slowly coming up.
Good for you.
Yes, good for you.
Thanks, Todd. You're
Yeah.
doing a great job.
Yes,
Thank
you are.
The engine went out to bid. The bids are supposed to be back on the 16th of October. I was just informed probably a week ago that by the end of October, there's going to be a total around all manufacturers $10,000 increase. I was hoping that, I want to say the 20th of October, you folks have a meeting.
First and third, I don't know what the date is.
Yeah, it's the 20th.
6th and the
If we
20th,
can
yeah.
be put on the agenda to approve the bids, or the bid that comes in, or bids.
Can you make a note to put them on the agenda? for the
Hopefully
20th?
bids.
Yes. I submitted, put them out. Just waiting to hear back.
So you're opening the bids by what time?
We're opening bids by 7 o'clock at the
On the
firehouse.
16th?
Yeah.
Okay. So you'll have your decision made and
Yeah.
be ready for the 20th, so
Yes.
that you can hop right on it before the end of the month.
Recommendation.
Right, well, yes.
They make the decision, or do we?
Well, we make the decision, but they, out of the bid, they look at the bids.
I'm seriously asking a question.
No, they look at the bids, and they, definitely, it is a recommendation, but it's their decision as to who they want to recommend, and then we approve it.
You just get me copies of the bids so that I can have those for the select board to review.
Yep,
Thank you.
a lot of pages.
It's good reading material.
Yeah, very good reading material.
What we've been reading lately. We just spent 3 weeks of meeting 3 nights a week with a bid, so we're all reading on it. Okay,
Thank you.
anything
Thank
else? Thank you
Thank you, guys.
for all you do. Thank you.
Chris, I'll get with you in the next couple days, walk through the stuff.
Yeah, stop at the house.
Yeah.
Watch out for the dog, she bites.
I'll bring mine.
I'm kidding, she doesn't. Maybe I do.
She says that, but I won't go in the house with her there, so.
She just jumps.
Okay, warrants.
Madam Chair, I make the motion that we approve and sign the following bills and warrants. 6SG accounts payable for $71,576.28. Number 36S payroll for $8,042.23. And number 37S payroll $9,575.15.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded to approve and pay warrants 6SG accounts payable for $71,576.28, 36S payroll for $8,042.23, and 37S payroll for $9,575.15.
Does this include the sick, the holiday pay for?
Yep.
So So should we discuss that, or should we just go on with that? I mean, I don't know, because maybe it's,
Looking at this here, I think it's probably because of the number of hours.
okay. Then I'm okay.
All right. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay. Personnel matter update. Sally's not here, so why don't can we move that? And then that way we can get on to the stuff that is here, because I see that David's here. And assuming that he goes to work a whole lot earlier than most of us, I'd like him to be able to leave as fast as he can.
Sure, absolutely. And is this supposed to be Sac Road or West Road? Because I believe that we talked about West
I think
Road.
it was West.
um,
Who told me?
I don't know, over the years, we've talked about both of them
We've talked about
nonstop.
I know.
But I think it was West Road.
Okay.
Would you be good for Sac?
Either one. Don't-
Either, he probably,
You can update us on both.
You
yeah.
can do Franklin.
Come on up and join us.
Franklin Road too?
I don't know what it's about, Patty.
Oh, well, come on up and join us anyway.
How come you don't?
I think this is,
Sac and
Because I thought one of you guys were supposed to be
that
talking
was
to him.
impossible.
Ah.
No, it was the two of you
Oh,
were
okay,
going to
it's
go the
from
next
you
day.
guys coming
Yeah.
down there.
Jeff
Yeah,
and I.
that's the update,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah,
I
that's
knew
what it's
what it
about.
was. Was I the only one who knew what it was? Jeff knew what it was because he had the conversation too. We did meet with David, and we did talk about West Road, and he immediately hopped on it and took care of it. But I would like him to be able to explain and talk about what he did, because I think anytime we ask something of someone and the next day, I don't even think it was the next day, I think it was that afternoon.
That afternoon.
It was done, I think certainly deserves our appreciation and thanks, and he should be here to get it. So,
Well-
David, why don't you tell him what you did?
Can I say one thing? At any time that I've ever asked of David when I was his liaison, anytime, it was done.
Absolutely. I
like
didn't mean it
that.
to sound like it wasn't.
Right.
I'm trying to.
Absolutely.
I'm
You're
trying to
right.
thank
No,
him
no,
in a
I'm-
nice way. I didn't mean to leave a sentence out there.
I'm agreeing with you, absolutely.
It's just basically where the mail lady goes in, the water's running down the edge of the road. And it was underneath the mailbox.
Oh,
No, I
It
know.
wasn't really in the road, it was on the edge.
oh. I didn't know,
So
I
we
didn't
just-
even go up and look.
We
I
just filled in.
Now,
It's
David, I think I had heard, and I don't know if this was for sure or not, but wasn't it one male person would deliver and one male person wouldn't deliver?
Yes.
So it
Yep.
became just an issue of one person who wouldn't deliver.
That's
But-
exactly
Yep,
right.
That's what it came down to.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so it was, obviously, it needed attention, but it wasn't as drastic as,
One of them didn't think it was, but
right, the other one did. And, I mean, in fairness, we gotta do what we gotta do. Now, is that a problem that's gonna continue to happen, or was it just a freak storm
I
that
think
was
it's just
ultra
how
heavy?
It's just how the summer's been.
Yeah,
We've been on Huckle Hill a lot, fixing the same washout. It's just
sometimes the spot gets weak and it just keeps
too
happening.
much. Too much rain all at once.
Mhm.
What's going on Pond Road where it looks like the pavement is breaking away
Like where?
by Newton's?
I dare guess you'd have to find out who tore into it.
Yeah, I saw that.
So that wasn't the town crew.
But it is taking away part of the road.
Yeah, somebody got something caught and lifted up the pavement.
Oh, my.
Great.
So whose responsibility will that be to fix?
Gotta find out who did it. Then we can get them to pay it.
Yeah.
But they're gonna run a water line across, which you haven't done yet. They've had that dug up all summer.
Yeah, but can they dig into our roads without permission from
Well,
you?
I
or-
just told them when they go to do it, just let me know.
Oh, okay.
But the other part, I don't know if something was coming up out of the field. So they got a good hunk.
Yeah, we should find out who did that, because it's gonna be expensive to fix that. And I hate to have us have to pay for it, because we didn't do it.
So,
Well, personally, I didn't do
Yep.
it either.
Personally,
Really, I
I
wasn't
wasn't part of the
either.
but tomorrow we're gonna start from the village to Scott Road, just shimming, level it up, then back to the pool, fix it.
What has to be done to put Pond Road back where it was so there's parking in front of Tyler Cemetery?
We'll have to wait until a bigger crew comes in.
A bigger crew? What do you mean by
Bigger
that?
paver.
Oh.
We're gonna do that. We
Oh,
only
oh,
got
oh,
small
I see.
paver.
I thought you meant.
We could try to do it, but
Because that would protect the fence and also be a place to park during the funeral. Just curious.
Don't we have it on the other side anyway? Parking on the other side?
Oh, people pull up on the other side, but then it becomes a
No,
one-lane road.
there's a quite a pull-off
Yeah,
over on
that's, the
there.
road's supposed to be over there, because you're supposed to have that parking in front of the cemetery.
Well, I understand that, but there is parking there. I mean,
Yeah,
it's-
but then they're crossing, and some people are in walkers and stuff, and it's kind of scary to watch them.
Yeah, no, I understand, I completely understand and completely agree. I mean, I don't know when the road was ever moved, I don't remember that.
it was actually,
Was it
basically, it
moved?
wasn't really, if they had put the lines
They were
back.
I see.
Oh, so the road itself
But it's
wasn't
when
actually moved?
they
All right.
reground it and redid it, and that was,
It was quite a while ago.
96.
I was just gonna say 95. Yeah.
Speaking of cemeteries, can I also thank you on behalf of the cemetery committee for hacking away all those bushes at North?
You'll have to thank Matt Coombs. He came in and did it for us. 'Cause
Okay.
We weren't gonna have time.
Okay,
But Matt
but-
went in and did it.
Well,
Well,
thank you
took
for getting
care of
him
it,
to
made
do
sure
it.
was
and-
done. I'm sure
Yes.
you're the one who
Yes,
asked Matt to do it,
abs-
so.
Yep.
Yes, so please, thank you very much. Made a very big difference. Now she's painting and the fence is gonna look great. So,
So.
appreciate it.
Alrighty.
So who's painting?
Suzanne, yes, she
Oh,
signed the
good.
contract. She's doing a very
that's
good
right.
job.
Yep.
Yeah.
So do you have anything else you'd like to talk to us about?
I think we're all set right now,
Well, thank you for coming in tonight.
as long as we're getting rid of the cruisers. Winter's coming.
We're working on it.
Other than that, that's it.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yep.
David, thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much,
Yep.
David.
Great job this summer, too. Everything looks great.
Now we're playing catch up.
Oh, didn't you want to mention something about salt? When we
I was
talked-
gonna do that in the budget, but.
Oh, okay, because when we talked that morning, we met with you, you were saying something
Yep, I
about
was gonna
salt.
do that when we did the budget.
Okay. All right, thanks, David.
Who did you say was painting the North Cemetery?
Suzanne La Liberté. We had signed a contract with her
Last year.
And so it was all done before this budget year even came.
Just, I didn't hear the last.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, that was all part of the contract we signed last year for Tyler Fence and the other two small fences.
yes.
So it's just finishing up that job, and it was a 2-year job when we signed the contract.
Yeah, and she was aware that we couldn't pay her until the new budget year started because we didn't have the funds in the committee last year to do it.
Foyer doors. Ms. Harris.
Just wondered what we were going to do about the doors slamming.
Yeah, I noticed that when we were doing elections. That is terribly distracting.
I forwarded that question on to Cindy, and she said that she had asked Dale to come, or asked the auditors, I don't know, and but never got back to her about it. And then so she asked or was mentioning it to the library, and the library got a hold of in a roundabout way Dale, and he came and adjusted
He
it.
did, okay.
Yeah, and Kevin is going to paint it, so to save
He
it.
So
is?
look nicer, yeah.
Yay!
You know what, too, though? I hate those doors.
Me too.
They
I
are
hate
so
them.
heavy and so cumbersome.
And
I
ugly.
think
And
they're
hideous.
ugly.
And
They're
ugly.
like prison doors. They're
They
awful.
do, and the foyer project came out so nice.
It did, and then you
I
have
don't know
these
why we had to
stupid
put those
looking
kind of
doors.
doors in. Why couldn't we put a door in like the police department door?
I
On the
think,
handicap side, you need a button so it opens
I
up.
know.
Yes, absolutely.
Not a ramp, and then when you get up to the thing,
You can't
I
get
almost
it.
knocked my sister-in-law down. I didn't realize she was coming up the other side with her cane. I went flying out the door, and there she was going staggering backwards.
God.
She had to come up to the door to open it, and I didn't see her coming.
Oh,
Because of the
my.
signs in the window, they have now been removed. I asked about those signs twice, and they were taken down as appease me, but then they were back up, and that day I almost wiped her out.
What signs were in the window?
There should never be
I think they
signs on
had
those
town
windows.
clerk hour signs.
And the doors
Oh,
should be with a handicap, if it's handicapped accessible, you need a button on the outside to push it open. So when you hit the button, it opens up.
Maybe we could do that for the
We
next
can look
budget.
into that.
Yeah, why don't we ask Kevin to look into that? I know it's expensive.
It is.
And
You
if we
guys
had-
talked about it.
But why
at
have a
one point.
handicapped accessible if you don't have a door that opens for them?
Right,
Absolutely.
The door's so heavy
When the
that
doors were ordered, why wasn't that?
I have no
part of the
idea. I
project?
thought it was talked about at the time.
It was
but
talked
said it was
about.
cost prohibitive.
That's something that should be corrected by the contractor.
Absolutely. Go in there.
Because the
No, that
doors are
one don't.
heavy.
Seriously.
If you're on a walker or something, you're not gonna be able to open that door.
No.
And not.
Just wait for Cookie to come out and turn you over.
Yeah.
They have the ones over at Huckle Hill that you touch the button and they open up so that somebody with a walker can go up into it.
Yep.
Or in a wheelchair or any other.
Yeah, and they also have nicer looking doors.
Yeah, they do have very nice looking doors.
So does Vernon Green, Vernon Hall, they all have nicer
Yeah.
looking doors.
Yep.
Your contractor should have.
Those
had
doors
all
are
that
ugly.
taken care of.
Those doors are ugly. And it's
They are.
unfortunate because it really takes away from the appearance of the building.
And they're metal, how are they helping to keep the warmth in and the cold out?
They're
Don't they
probably
get cold?
insulated.
I don't know.
Of course they do.
We'll find out.
Well, let's have Kevin check into having a handicap button there on the door, and just that one side. Let's see how much it is, and we'll see if we can get it in the budget. It's gonna be another tough budget year, so.
I mean, it's the other side's not handicap accessible, so you don't need it there.
Right.
No.
But where you have the ramp that goes up to the door, it's
Yep,
ridiculous.
absolutely.
And we will be meeting, speaking of budget, we will be meeting with Entergy people on October 3rd at 10, was that the email I sent you,
10:30.
Katrina? 10 o'clock? And I hope that's good for you, because I was gonna say 2, but the last time you said 2 wasn't good, so let's say 10. So I said 10 again.
When is
It's
that?
a Friday. I mean, we kind of have to, where he's coming up from Louisiana, we kind of have to go around his schedule more than him going around ours.
What time,
10 o'clock, October 3rd.
October 3rd.
You don't want to go down and see him?
I'd love to. You want to pay for it? You think we could get that past the budget? I don't think so.
I'm going down next week. Y'all want to come with me? We can all see him next week.
I'd like a computer.
Let's just wait till
sorry.
Mardi Gras time.
That's
What did you
true.
say? I'd like a computer?
Yes, preferably Mac Air. You don't mind.
Wrong committee.
Yeah, sorry.
We're the ones
Wrong board.
we're the ones that don't spend money.
Wrong
Yeah,
board,
right.
honey.
Okay, all that's on is a personnel matter. And where is my cheat sheet? Okay.
I don't have mine. Somebody took it
I
from me.
hate when people sit at.
What, this?
No, the cheat
No.
sheet.
Oh, I don't have mine either. I don't know
It's
where
right
mine is
here.
either.
We have yours
Oh, no.
I have my awful nasty drawings, but I don't
for
have.
the executive session. We have
drawings.
gone.
Freakazoids. Gets my mind off of
Okay.
things that
Choose
bother
not.
me.
Katrina, we're gonna need more copies of these.
Thank you.
I don't know how things just magically disappear around here.
And I don't know why anybody would want those.
And because of the new state law,
Because they
our
wanna make
going into
sure.
executive session has to be done in a completely different way. So we need, where we used to have this one little thing that's this big, we now have 2 pages that we have to follow in order to be able to go into executive session.
Now, the human correspondence on this looks good.
Yeah, I don't, I
You
mean,
received
You do.
correspondence?
I do. I have a bill from Giddings. I do have a email from the auditor's office. The select board has decided to change the locks and only allow full-time people to have keys because it's come to our attention that there are keys everywhere and no one even knows where the keys are. And That leaves for a very unsafe situation for this building. And there is a ton of confidential things. We need to know that there's only only a certain amount of keys out and who has the keys. And there really isn't, other than Ina, and there is a case for Ina because she does work when Susan's not there. And there's only the two people in the office. But other than that, really only people who are full-time need to have a key because this building is open otherwise, and there's no need for people, especially, let's just take the auditors, for example. They work an hour a week. There's no reason in that hour a week for people to not be able to be here during business hours. So we are no longer going to have a ton of keys hanging around. So we have to worry about the confidentiality of very important documents in this building. But I did get an email from the auditor, one of the auditors, saying that they don't think that they need to do this, and that did we check with Mike Coughlin, the custodian? Well, Mike is away, and Mike has admitted before that there are keys out, and there's a whole drawer full of keys that no one even knows what they are, and that to me is a very dangerous situation for this building. So I appreciate her concern and her comments, but I still, and I'm only speaking for me, I still feel that the keys don't need to be all around town, and that the only people who need to have keys to this building are the people who are working full-time. People who are working part-time can come in on the hours that the building is open, and that's it. So I haven't changed my mind, and certainly I would appreciate it if any of you have changed your mind.
The only thing that I would like to see that Ina got one, but we have discussed that, we all agree with that.
Well,
Pretty
and
much.
Ina works 29 hours a week.
Right.
That really is considered, 30 is considered full-time in this
Right.
in this town. So there is a case for that, and she does work when Susan's not here.
Yep.
And there's only those two people in that
Yep.
room. So one or the other would have to be able to get in. But
I
other
have
than
not
that,
changed my mind either.
right.
Nope.
So
Other than Ina getting a key, I'm fine.
so that's the correspondence there, and then of course we have our.
Well, can I mention, you did finally get a key for
Yes.
that down there, because there was,
Vermont League of Cities and Towns,
Okay,
and I
very
don't know
good.
where it is. I did get a thing up from Vermont League of Cities and
Can I
Towns.
make a comment?
Yep.
Why can't you just ask everybody to turn in their keys? Isn't that cheaper?
Except
Than
for
going through and replacing
Except for
them?
Cookie, we don't know who has keys. So we don't even know where to go.
Well, anybody that comes into the building that is not a full-time employee, you give them a deadline and say, turn in all your keys by such and such a time, or you're gonna be fined. Why can't you do something? Seriously.
I agree.
Inside the building,
But-
nobody else is here, and they are not a full-time employee, then they
Won't happen.
obviously are doing something they're not supposed to be doing.
We
Well,
have a
and-
very
and-
efficient sheriff's department.
yes, we do.
Could,
Except for, we know the people that have keys that are working in this building that have keys, but there might be other people that have keys that are no longer working in this building. We don't know any of that. We don't know how many keys are out there, and that's my concern.
Don't
It's,
you monitor who comes in and who's in here? I mean, there's
Who would monitor that, though? I mean,
anybody in here that knows.
we're not in this
whether
building all the
Or-
time. We're only
Or
here.
anybody else is a full-time employee.
being on the select board's not a full-time job to monitor who's coming and going all the time, though. I mean,
It's not that expensive to only change the keys on the different office doors. And because we don't know who else might have keys, we're better off to just change the locks on those 3 doors. Really, it's the town clerks, the auditor, listers, and the treasurer's room. It's 3 rooms. We don't have to change, both outside doors or the corridors. We don't have to change all of that. We really just have to change the office doors so that we make sure that all our confidential stuff is locked up. But again, over the years, keys have been passed out all over the place, Grace. And we don't know where they are. So rather than saying, okay, everybody has to turn their keys in and not getting half of them, for the minimal amount of expense it is, we're protecting the records of the town, and I think it's an important thing to do. It's not every door. Every door would be very expensive.
Yeah.
That would be very
That's what I was
expensive.
thinking.
No, just the 3 office doors.
You're gonna survive my fidget.
Yeah,
Call rescue back.
I think I'm okay.
She had a hole in her lip.
So nice to be graceful on tape. Isn't it?
Absolutely.
Screw the top on.
So dignified. My.
Okay, I would like, please, because we're going to deal with a personnel issue.
There's nothing left now.
Okay, so my finding is, we're going to go into executive session to discuss the appointment or employment or evaluation of a public officer or employee. That being said, I would like a motion. Okay, I'm going to make this motion because it's easier than passing it around.
Absolutely, go for it.
Okay, I will say it, and then one of you guys can say so moved in second, and then I can repeat it.
Okay, whatever.
I move that the board find that premature general public knowledge of, not a contractual issue.
It's a personnel matter.
But it's not there anymore. They don't have it.
We don't
listed
have
that way
personnel
anymore.
matters anymore.
Oh, okay, so we can discuss a person's medical or hourly or anything
It's a
like that?
different-
I don't think so.
Different terminology.
It's not a contractual issue. It's not attorney-client. This is ridiculous. The legislature has way too much time on their hands.
It's coming up again this year in the legislature, I've already heard.
But it's not a contractual issue, so I can't use that one. Attorney-client, Trans-Canada, premature general, pending litigation, it's not that. Pending litigation, what?
Is it not on the first page? I know
I
we've gone
thought it
into it
was.
before since these have come out, but
No, it's contractual issues, labor
Labor
relations
relations?
agreements with employees, so that's not it. Arbitration or mediation grievance.
How about up
Possible
in here?
litigation, that's the finding part, this is the motion.
Yeah.
Call our county senator and ask her.
Really?
This one's for legal services,
They don't go by the simple key.
contracts,
personnel.
pending
Back to the
litigation.
old way until you can get it clarified.
Yeah, we can do that too. for the-
Okay, I did the finding, I think it's okay for us to make the motion that, that we move that the board find that premature general knowledge of this personnel issue would clearly place the board or the person involved in a substantial disadvantage.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to go into executive session, that the board go into executive session, and they find that the premature general knowledge of this personnel issue would clearly place the board or the person involved at a substantial disadvantage. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye.
Yeah, keep it.
Thank you all very much for coming tonight,
And for your suggestions.
Yes, thank you.
and for your hard work.
Sorry about the misunderstanding. I was, because I
Who
had
seconded the
discussed that
motion? Jeff.
with them
I
and the
seconded. Who
board.
made it then?
Not that
Thank you.
last issue, the other one.
Alrighty.
Sorry.
7:16 p.m.
I think he's awesome, and I don't want him to think I'm
Yes, okay.
angry with him in any way, you know? He does an awesome job, him and his crew.
Ready? I never write it down.
I don't know.
7:16.
Okay,
7:16?
Yeah.
Almost 2 hours? Wow.
Went into executive session at 7:16, came out at 8:40. No action taken.
Can I, after the meeting,
Motion.
Oh, Madam Chair, I make a motion that we raise Kevin Turnley's hours to 40 hours a week.
second.
It's been moved and seconded to
Thank you
raise
for
Kevin
saving me.
Turnley's hours to 40 hours a week. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
That being said, I would like to mention that Kevin has been filling in while Mike Coughlin's been out after surgery, And the board is just really appreciative of the job that he's done. He's worked really hard. He's doing the plays, even being increased by 10 hours. He's still filling the void for a full and a half-time person, and he's done a great job, so we want to thank him. Go ahead.
Katrina, we'd like you to send a letter.
Can't see name.
No. And ask that person if they are interested in keeping this piece of equipment. If so, then to reimburse the town. Otherwise, the equipment would have to be returned to the town office. Okay, and there's the
Particulars.
Thank you.
all right, and then another thing. Oh, can I keep going?
Please, you're on a roll.
Yeah. And the other thing is, I had been discussing this with someone about timesheets. There's two people now that are going to be putting in timesheets either once a month or once a year or whatever. I think that if you didn't work that particular week, still you put in a timesheet, say no hours, just so that you have a running record. Because if you have to go back for a whole year, how do you prove what you've done in a year's time?
Except for then that would be asking the person who's not in the town office and not working to come to the town office to write no hours. Could we maybe handle that through the treasurer's office? If the, for all the employees that aren't in that week, that they can just write no hours, no hours, no hours on that person's timesheet?
Or the individual could email
Yeah,
the treasurer.
And she can just staple it to
Yeah.
their time card.
Yeah, I think that is a good thing, because we had an issue at one time, a year or so ago, where somebody was questioning what they did a year ago or 2 years ago and stuff like that. And how do you honestly answer that? You can't honestly answer that, because who remembers what they did on a certain day? I can't remember that. Of course, we all know I'm old, but that can't be an excuse.
I think it's always a good idea to have a running paper trail.
Yeah.
I think it's important. I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, and I mean,
But let me ask though, because life will be different with time clocks. But I guess these people
But
won't all,
they,
they
not
aren't
if
all
they're
going to be able
elected,
to.
not if they're elected officials.
What about that? Yes, if they want to get benefits, they have to sign. We'll check it out with the attorney.
Yes.
yes,
Yeah.
please do so.
Yeah.
So people who only work in a situation that you're talking about, would those people have
Like if they
time
only
cards?
work an hour a week, but they decide not to take that 1 hour a week, or I'm using that as an example. I'm not saying it's any particular
Well,
office.
I
I'm
notify
just-
the treasurer's office if I don't have a time card for the week. So if I have no hours, I send her an email and I say, I have no hours.
I think
Okay,
that's
so
the
that's
easiest way to
perfect.
handle it.
I mean, that's how
great.
I handle it. I
think that should be a policy.
Yeah, because like I said, we did go through a time where someone was, almost literally harassed about,
Not almost literally.
literally, yeah, never mind the almost, literally harassed to go back and, about their time sheet, and what they did on a certain day. What did you do on April 9th, 2001? I don't know. Well, you put in time for that.
Well, I keep a running journal for my business. I have to, because
Well,
if
yes.
somebody says, how many hours did I work on a project, I need to know
Yes,
what days I
but
worked and
do
how
you
many
keep it for
hours.
2 years or 3 years?
Yeah.
Well, you would.
IRS, no, because the IRS, you have to.
Yeah,
Right.
I don't know.
But it's a good idea. It makes sense.
I think
It just
so,
makes
too.
sense. There aren't that many people. It's not like they're going to be flooded with emails.
No. No.
Okay, anything else? No? Anybody else have anything else?
No.
Michael, do you have anything for us today?
Quick, just two quick things.
It wasn't a very exciting meeting tonight.
Well, I take them out all the time. The grant application, did you money is due tomorrow, right?
The grant is due tomorrow, yes. We've got it all done. We've been working, the committee has been working 2-3 nights a week for the past few weeks. They've done an absolutely wonderful job. The grant is all done. It will be submitted tomorrow.
And can you remind me what, have you said what amount you're applying for?
213.
Yeah, 213, I think it is. You know, we should know it because we've
been looking at
drinking
it
and sleeping it for weeks, but I think it's 213. That will cover the
213 or
cost.
230, I don't remember which, but it's over at 2, but not nearly as much as 250, somewhere in that range.
So that'll cover the cost of cable going to the building and what we need for setup. We're also looking to hire a facilitator, economic developer, grant person. They're going to wear a lot of hats. But if we're really going to get some things going here in town, it's really difficult for the select board, although they've been putting in a ton of hours. They can't work full time on this issue, and we really need somebody to be doing it 40 hours a week.
And just on a related note, you said there's a meeting with Entergy October 3rd.
That's on taxes. That's starting the tax agreement for the future.
That's going to be a long process. I mean, things are going to, well, you can't get into particular negotiations, but things essentially stay the same for that first year.
Well, they pretty much did last year, but you got to remember, this is on next year,
Right.
and they're closed. So there is a difference. Because the tax year we negotiated, they were only closed 6 months of that tax year.
Right.
The next one we negotiate, they're closed the whole year. And I think that they're probably going to have a proposal, and then we're just going to hammer it out back and forth, is how the process will go.
You haven't started your budget meetings yet.
No.
So,
No, we've been writing grants. Attending meetings.
thank you. That's all I need.
You're welcome. Thank you. Anybody else have anything?
Motion adjourned.
Can I just remind you that the meeting on the 29th of September at 3 o'clock? That's
The
a
what?
special meeting on the 29th. That's to open the bids for the outside audit.
I won't be here.
What time is it? We don't all have to
3
be here.
o'clock.
Okay, good.
Now,
You're going to send
You
us a
guys
reminder.
you set up a
agenda.
special meeting. The reality is you don't really need a special meeting if there's not going to be 3 of you here. You can just open the, and we can just
right,
open
I was
the
just going to
bids.
say that you're the liaison, so I hope that you can be here if you're not
I think
busy.
she had said she would be here. but-
So if 3 people aren't going to be here, we really don't need to warn a meeting.
Right.
But if people are interested and want to be here, then we have to warn a meeting. What do you think?
If you need me here, I'll be here. If not, if you want to keep it less, that's
I
fine.
think there should be 2 of us anyway, don't you think? So, September 29th is a...
Monday.
I think there should be 2 of us, but all of us could be here.
Right. You want to just warn it? And if
I
all of
think
us,
you better
if
warn
all
it
of us
so that
aren't
all of us
here,
can
it's
come
not a
if we
big deal,
want
but
to.
we've protected ourselves.
Right. Warn it, send it out, and get it done, because
And don't forget to warn the meeting for October 3rd
October 3rd at 10 o'clock.
at 10 o'clock. It is anticipated that we will be going into executive session. Anything else? Do we already have a motion on the floor?
yes,
Yeah.
Do we have
that
a
would be
second?
made by me.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to join this meeting. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Thank you, everyone, for your hard work.